Picture this. It's 1900 and people are panicking and spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or FUD, about these new horseless carriages. Sound kind of familiar? Today we're seeing the same fears about electric vehicles. So I thought I would do something a little different in this episode, and instead of focusing on the Aptera, explore why history might be repeating itself. Hi, my name is Bill, and welcome to Chasing Aptera, where I chronicle the trials and tribulations of acquiring, transporting, insuring, and presumably the joys of living with the unique Aptera solar electric vehicle. I'm starting with a presumption that moving to electric vehicles like the Aptera is a good thing. From my perspective, we need to move away from burning fossil fuels and inefficiently consuming energy for what I hope are obvious environmental reasons. Even the oil-dependent United Arab Emirates is investing significantly in renewable energy, aiming for 44% of its energy mix to come from clean sources by 2050. But I get it. Electric vehicles don't need gas or diesel or any of the petroleum products that internal combustion vehicles require. They need a lot less maintenance as well. This has the potential to negatively affect the revenues of oil companies, car dealerships, car mechanics, etc. When gas-powered vehicles started becoming popular in the early 20th century, carriage manufacturers and those in horse-related professions panicked and started spreading FUD as well. They said there would be accidents due to the relatively high speed of the vehicles. They said the cars would frighten horses and people, causing chaos. They said the brakes were unreliable. They pointed to a lack of infrastructure in the way of roads and fuel stations. And some people were just comfortable with their horses and didn't want to give them up. They said automobiles were impractical toys for the wealthy. I hope you can see the parallels between that time in our history and the introduction of electric vehicles in the recent past and now. Let's examine what lessons could be learned and how businesses dependent on gas-powered vehicles today could profit from the transition to electric vehicles as opposed to spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's true, some businesses did not survive the transition to gas-powered vehicles, but many did. Some businesses actually found ways to capitalize on this new mode of transportation. Studebaker, originally founded in 1852 as a wagon and carriage manufacturer, transitioned to producing automobiles. While they aren't in business today, they didn't go out of business until 115 years later, and certainly wasn't because they transitioned away from carriages. Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, founded in 1898, made carriage tires. Still in business today, they're one of the largest manufacturers of automobile tires. And Shell, believe it or not, started out in 1833 as a trading company dealing in seashells. They had the good sense to capitalize on the rise of the automobile, merged in 1907 with the Royal Dutch Petroleum Company, and became a major player in the gasoline and lubricants market. They are one of the largest oil and gas companies today. So, what can businesses like oil companies and automobile service centers do to offset the loss of revenue that transitioning to electric vehicles might cause? Unfortunately, Shell does not seem to have the same kind of foresight it had when it now comes to transitioning away from fossil fuels. While they have made some investments in low-carbon technologies like buying NewMotion, Europe's largest electric vehicle charging company, they recently expressed a renewed focus on natural gas and a reduced focus on selling electricity. British Petroleum, or BP on the other hand, has invested heavily in renewable energy projects, including wind and solar power. They bought a 43% stake in Lightsource, a major solar power developer, and invested in electric vehicle charging infrastructure by acquiring ChargeMaster. And it's not like oil is going away. There are ways to use oil in electric vehicles without burning it and contributing to climate change. For instance, Steve Fambro, co-CEO of Aptera, likes to point out that oil plays an important role in the material used to make the Aptera. Here he is speaking at DriftX 2024 in Dubai.
In countries like the UAE, that doesn't mean a future without oil, because our vehicle is actually made from oil. The resins, the plastics, the carbon fiber all start here under the ground as oil. So all we're talking about is, instead of burning it, making it into an even higher value product and then selling that as electric gear.
What about businesses that make money servicing automobiles? It's true, EVs require less maintenance, but these businesses can offer specialized services such as battery health checks, software updates, and home charger installations. Dealerships can add fleet services for companies transitioning to electric fleets. This is, of course, in addition to their normal maintenance services. After all, gas-powered vehicles are still going to be around for a long time. So rather than spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, companies need to focus on embracing electric vehicles and clean energy and using ingenuity to develop new sources of revenue. It can be a win-win for everyone. I hope this video was informative. If so, please share it with others and leave your comments below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me for future episodes of Chasing Aptera.